and more on sort of imagination scribblenauts. And for the enemy to sort of overcome you, they have to bind you in some way. And that's where I feel like the bond of marriage can definitively play against somebody. It can definitively play against you because you become bound to this other person. And depending on who's under whose umbrella, it seems like the doctrine currently puts the male umbrella higher than the female umbrella when you're bound to them, okay? So, whether that's an absolute truth that can't ever be overcome or not, I don't know. But the way that it seems right now, that's the way that it seems. And so even inadvertently, they could potentially make decisions that opens the female up to a whole lot of horrors, okay? So, it's, one more argument to really sort of, help people just have faith. But again, and then depending what that male's binds are in this commercial-based society with everybody else's free will, imagination scribblenauts, just like imagine, the binds and the cords that are connecting all the people and the interests. So, like, I think that that's probably something that has happened to me. Is I create a bond with somebody that I trust, but then in his world, he's bound to somebody who has, like, sort of an interest that is probably opposing mine, but he's bound to that person in whatever way that he's bound to that person. And so that person, and then, like, whatever umbrella they are both under in their sort of arrangement or agreement or partnership, I became victimized. I became victimized by this third party's, we call the third party intervener, this third party's conflicting interests over me. And that's just, it does kind of come full circle to the arguments of making men be responsible for their sexual conquests and really marrying them and be responsible for them. Because as soon as you have sort of that, even the sexual bond, I think, all of his, partnerships and dealings and everything, and all of his other relationships and stuff, they can definitely play into have some, like, the umbrella control over him, which then has umbrella control over, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I definitely have been victimized by sort of male, third-party male sort of friendships or whatever. And, for them to overcome me is only through him.